Hello, thank you for volunteering on Orange Ruler Turn-In Day. Here's a short video that hopefully will help you with some important tips and ensure a successful day. First and foremost, collect all student envelopes and keep them arranged by class. We work in teams of two, one on a computer with internet access and one with class envelopes. Work on one class at a time. Have a class list in case you have to locate a child to match a donation. Keep all checks and cash together per team while working, and at the end of the day, your team can hand your pile of checks and cash to the treasurer for deposit. Now let's take a look at the software. Please go to orangeruler.com and log in under your admin or sponsor account. Once logged in, you'll see a Login Volunteer button. Click on that and then log in the volunteer. Please don't worry about the real full name or email. Just type in A and then a@aol.com and log in. Here you'll see a drop-down menu with the various classrooms from the school. Have the person working on the classrooms tell you which class they're working on and then what student that they're working on. So in this example, we'll go to preschool, and then inside that preschool's classroom, we find Zach Baston's student collection envelope. Here we see all the donations, checks or cash, that Zach Baston's parents entered into the system. Please note that checks and cash are treated the same. So when we match up the checks and cash that we have in the envelope with the items listed here, we simply check the box that is empty. If you see a credit card symbol there, please ignore. Credit card transactions are already accounted for. So for this example, we have a check for $20 from John Smith. We mark that as received. John Smith now gets their tax receipt, and we can move on. We also notice that John Smith works at Microsoft and matched his donation. Please do not check the matched amount box unless, of course, you have the actual matching funds, checks, or cash with you. In some cases, you may find checks or cash that have not been listed here by the parents. Here, we simply go to the Add a Check button. We have a check from Chris Sample in the amount of $50. So we just write $50. And please note, there are no cents here. You have to round up or round down. And Chris Sample does not have an email provided. Please use our Orange Ruler generic email in the event that you do not have an email. It is orchecks1@gmail.com. I like to highlight this so I don't have to type it in again. Then you simply save the check. You look for it down here. Of course, we have it, so we mark it as received. Please remember that checks and cash are treated the same. Let's move on to the next classroom. Here we'll go to kindergarten class. And we note there's no students registered. But we have a collection envelope from a student in Mr. Eastwood's kindergarten class. We now have to simply add that student. So here we'll enter in Paul Jones, and we will mark him in Mr. Eastwood's kindergarten class and add. Now we can see Paul Jones is in the system. Of course, the donations are not in the system either, so now we have to add a check or cash for the donations that we have. In this case, we have a $20 bill from his neighbor, Mrs. Jones. So we add a check. We type in Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones did not provide an email address, but we've copied that before, so we'll put that in. The amount of $20. And we save. And of course, now we reconcile that amount. And really, that's the process. As you move along, please remember to always work on one class at a time and to make sure that you keep your pile of checks and cash in front of you to ensure that we have matching amounts and we can then deposit at the end of the day. Here are some other key points to ensure a successful turn-in day. Please record all checks and cash on the back of each teacher envelope. That's important because at the end of the day, you'll add up all checks and cash on each teacher envelope and ensure that those totals match the amount you're depositing. Once those match, please deposit all checks and cash into your bank. Please remember that people have until 11:59:59 to donate online for prizes and contests on turn-in day. You'll wake up the next morning with your final Morning Oranges report with all official results. Our system will stay open for 14 days after turn-in day. After 14 days, no donations will be accepted. Please be sure to update your missing report, which you can find on your admin or sponsor page. That's important as straggler or late donations come in, that you check the box that those are received so they do not receive our reminder notices. Our reminder notices will go out 7 and 14 days after turn-in day for anyone that's listed on the missing report. I hope you find this helpful. Please contact us anytime, and of course, refer to your turn-in day instructions document for any additional points. Thank you.